Hey, welcome back to my channel. On my channel I share a lot of videos about postpartum recovery, the correct way to recover in postpartum, recovering from diastasis recti, pelvic floor dysfunctions. The only reason why I'm sharing these videos on my channel is because I want to help as many women as possible after pregnancy to recover the right way. I know that not everybody has access to specialists, doctors, physiotherapists who can help you maybe with diastasis recti, pelvic floor dysfunction. If you have a mobile phone, you can just easily access YouTube, and if you have access to my channel, you can find almost all the solutions that you need to recover in post-pregnancy. I do my best to cover all kind of topics regarding postpartum and recovery diastasis recti, so just keep tuned for future videos as well and see my previous videos. Not so long ago, a few weeks ago, I shared a video about how to lose weight postpartum. That's also because many women want to hear about this. In today's video, I want to share more information about the exercises that you should not do postpartum, or you should be really cautious with. I would rather say not to do, especially if you have diastasis recti or pelvic floor dysfunctions, because this can be harmful for your condition. There is a right way to recover post-pregnancy, and it's very important to know that, because pregnancy and postpartum is already a very vulnerable time for a woman's life, especially if you are a new mom, right? I remember when I was a new mom, I was completely clueless. I didn't know anything about this. I was not the kind of person who was going to sign up for some trainings during pregnancy. Maybe now, with my head now, but back then, I remember I was 30 years old when I was pregnant with my first child, and we were also moving across the sea, across the ocean. When I was a new mom, it was very vulnerable for me, especially that we moved and I was far away from my family. And that time, it was 2017, these kind of topics about diastasis recti, recovering postpartum was also kind of off limits. So you're not supposed to talk about that you have pain in your vagina after delivery and these kind of things, right? So even I asked some friends, like, did you have this? I asked my mom, no, and they didn't even want to talk about this kind of sensitive topics or information there, what's happening to your vagina after delivery, right? And what is happening to your body in general, how you can recover. So when I find out that I have diastasis recti, and not even just that was the smaller problem for me. My big problem for me is my pelvic floor dysfunction, but I'll tell you more about that in another video. Because today's video is about diastasis recti, well, also a little bit pelvic floor dysfunction. Both of them are really connected, so if you have any pregnancy-related injuries, that's usually due to core dysfunctions, because also the pelvic floor and your abs, sacrated abs, the rectus abdominis, are both part of your core. So if you have a dysfunction to pregnancy or some kind of complaints related to that, that's because the large belly was putting too much pressure on your core, which is also the rectus abdominis that can open up due to diastasis recti during pregnancy, after pregnancy, and the pelvic floor can have certain dysfunctions because the belly is also putting a big pressure on your pelvis. I didn't get much education, I didn't get any help regarding this after my first pregnancy, so I had to do it all for myself. And back then I was not even certified yet as a postpartum trainer. I was just a common average individual like anyone else, looking for information online, trying to find out what the hell I have. I knew I had pain, then I understood my abs were separated, I was having a lot of pain, especially after walking, in my back, my vagina, felt like something is coming out of there. All these things, as I mentioned, these things, the separated abs and the pelvis dysfunction, pelvic floor dysfunction, are all connected, because this is they are both part of your core, which is the midsection of your body. Of course, they are going to be connected, and one problem might be coming from the other, and they are completely complementing each other. So how you can resolve it is resolving the overall problem, which is the core. What you have to do is strengthening the core. That's the solution for it. But there is a right way and there's a wrong way doing that. Now, in this video, I want to put an emphasis on what is the wrong way doing that, because you don't want to put more pressure where you already have a pressure, pain, discomfort, dysfunctions, right? You don't want to do the wrong exercises like I did when I was first time pregnant after my first pregnancy. Many people think that maybe certain traditional core exercises or abs workouts will give you the six-pack, and then it will stop the diastasis recti and will just give you a six-pack or something. But diastasis recti is not really a belly fat, so this is this is not really about belly fat. Might have some belly fat as well after pregnancy, but not necessarily. It can be also that is simply just the separated abs pushing out everything that was in the middle there, you know. Your abs is supposed to be like this, but due to the pressure applied, it became like this and sometimes even bigger. So if it opens up, it means that everything else that was in between will bulge out. If it comes up tighter, then it pulls everything together and will tighten up. But when the muscles get too loose, then it will just kind of open up and then let everything flow. Right? So that's why there are certain exercises that are good and can help you here and tighten these muscles back up and close them together. And there are some exercises which are not so beneficial. You don't want to do those because you want to heal properly, right? You want to stay healthy and strong. You don't want to ruin all these things and make it worse. What I would recommend and suggest you is just start with the right exercises. Yes. Heal your core first. Now, if next to your diastasis recti you also have some abdominal fat around your midsection, then simply doing the diastasis recti exercises won't be enough, but you will also need to be in caloric deficit, in some form of caloric deficit. If you are interested in more about how to be in caloric deficit or what to do, drop a comment and I can make a video about it. Now let's talk about it. What are the wrong exercises that you should not be doing after pregnancy in your postpartum, especially not in early postpartum, which can actually put more pressure on your belly and on your open abdomen, your diastasis recti. So you definitely don't want to do these exercises. Most commonly taught that actually these exercises are the ones that give you a six-pack. So many times mothers after pregnancy, women, they will still try to do these because they think this will actually help them get back their flat abs and get rid of the mom pouch. But if your abs are really separated due to diastasis recti and you have the mom pouch because of the diastasis recti, these exercises can actually make it worse for you. And if it make it worse for you, the mom pouch will not go away. So if you put more pressure on that belly that is bulging out due to the separated abs that open up, what I mentioned earlier, then it will not go away if we are keep adding more pressure to it. You have to heal it with certain exercises that are gentle and can help close this gap between your abs. So the commonly mistaken exercises are planks, leg drops, Russian twist, V-sit exercises when you're sitting like this, crunches, sit-ups, all exercises that actually making your belly bulge more, make you cone more. When you are bulging and coning, you understand that is a pressure on the belly, because the right way of doing doing most of the belly exercises is to hold your core in and actually engage your core and hold it in. That would be the right way to do most of these abs exercises. But the problem is, if you have a separated abs, what I showed you before, that the ab is kind of opening up and then everything is bulging out, because these things are already bulging out, it will be much harder for you to engage your core. Most probably you won't be able to engage it properly when you are in these kind of positions. That's why it's better to start your exercises on your back, lying down flat on your back, because in this position you can actually very much engage your core and hold it in and press your back hard against the mat and hold the belly inwards. And in that case you can contract the transverse abdominis muscles, which will help you to get the rectus abdominis muscles closer together. So the muscles that actually separated. The goal is to close this back together. You cannot close it back together when you are allowing everything to bulge out, but you have to hold it tight and contract the muscles inside. The transverse abdominis muscles is an underlying muscle to contract it in order to that muscle to have everything to close and push back together. If you understand the gravity and everything, like for example how in a plank you are like this and your belly it's going down, right? Your belly is like hanging down. It's much easier hanging out. So your pouch is hanging out, you would do a plank. And that is a pressure. That is like gravity is pulling it down and is bulging out. So you can't hold it back in. It's much more difficult to hold it back in when gravity is already working against you. But if you turn around and be on your back, everything can go much more easier inwards. So that's why the exercises I'm sharing with you are diastasis recti friendly, postpartum friendly exercises, because these can very much help you to close the gap between your abs. All you have to do is jump on them, give them a try, and start doing them. I had, during my first and also the second pregnancy, I had around the 4-finger gap between my abs. If you can imagine, that's quite large, yeah? And the truth is, you have to do this yourself, because they say if you have a larger gap than a 4-finger, then you have to turn to physiotherapists or doctors, surgeons, and they might help you close it. I have never seen any example when they're really happy to do a surgery to close these gaps or help you and do surgery about it. Same for pelvic floor dysfunction. They don't really want to do these surgeries. They encourage most women to actually try to do certain exercises to heal themselves. Although, indeed, if you have more than a 4-finger gap, try to contact a doctor and see what they say. Maybe they will do something for you, but up to 4-finger is better if you heal them in a natural way. It is possible, it's very much possible. I've done this twice. After both of my pregnancies, I was able to reverse my diastasis recti. It's not just me, there are a bunch of women out there in the world who have done this before. So it's really a proven method to heal your abs. Again, be careful with the traditional ab exercises that are commonly mistaken for they are giving you the 6-pack. If you have a diastasis recti, you have to learn to engage your core, and these exercises will just encourage you to cone. But it will be harder for you to engage your core in those positions. That's why you need to start out these gentle diastasis recti exercises. I have a bunch of videos about it. I have beginner-friendly exercises that you can just get out of postpartum and start right away. I have a 3-level of recovery formula for diastasis recti. This 3-level formula will help you to start from a beginner level, to start and actually learn the breathing technique first, and after build up on it. The breathing technique, the TVA breathing, is the foundation of all the exercises. First you have to learn it. In most cases you can't just jump in the middle of it. First you have to learn this breathing technique, and then you understand how it works and how you can contract the muscles. And when you understand it and when you can really do it, then you can jump on the next level exercises. And once you master that, in that position, which is the lying down position, then you can jump on the 3rd level of exercises, which is exercises on all 4s, and a little bit more advanced level of exercises. So there is a 3-stage formula that I teach in my diastasis recti recovery plan that is available on my site. You can check it out. I also add the link here in the description. I also have available one-to-one coaching, in which I provide a one-to-one session in which we can discuss and tailor you a diastasis recti or postpartum recovery plan as well. You can also check out my other educational videos to gain more knowledge and see where you are at your recovery and which stage you are, and how you can continue, how you can start or continue your recovery postpartum. So don't forget to check out my previous videos. I have early postpartum videos, so I have postpartum videos actually for all kind of stage, no matter where you are. I have video in which I explain how to do the TVA breathing, that you can also check it out. I will add the link below here. Thank you for watching me today, and please subscribe to get updates about my future videos. Bye, cheers!